Hey. So this video is a little late to this whole JoJo Siwa thing, I know. I originally wasn't going to talk about it at all actually, just because I'm not really in the business of giving people attention that are begging for it, like desperate for it. Like, I just don't want to give people like that my attention. However, I do think that an interesting conversation can be had from this whole thing, especially if we're talking about adult artist careers and how I think that this can affect her possible career in the future. And also, sorry for being away for so long. I know, I'm sorry. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a mess going on right now, and it's just a lot. I'm not even home alone most of the time now to even record stuff, but it's okay. I have videos, I have ideas planned. Don't worry, that's coming soon. And yeah, getting into it, let me know how you guys feel about this whole JoJo Siwa rebrand and her trying to evade controversy and all that, but let's get into it. By the way, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hayes, and let's get right into this video. And I'm not even going to talk about how I accidentally formatted my SD card and had to re-record this whole video again. Yeah. Yeah, that's how my day is going. Now, I want to start this off by saying this is obviously a ploy to divert attention away from the controversy that she was going through and experiencing right before this all happened. The interviews, the TikTok lives, the costuming that makes her look like the Undertaker and Kiss had a edgeless love child. It's all manufactured to draw in attention. Right. Now, some people are saying that she doesn't even believe, all the things and all the bullshit that she's been spewing, and I don't know, guys. This is the same person who has a big ass car with her face plastered all over it like a biblically accurate JoJo Siwa. I don't know, something's telling me she has a bit of a big head. Now, I genuinely do believe that a good chunk of what it is that she's saying, and she's just saying it, it's manufactured, and it is made to be, the all press is good press, despite majority of people talking shit about her in this whole situation. But I genuinely believe, in my opinion, that she genuinely believes that she's just making waves in this pool, especially for the younger generation. She thinks she's Miley, she thinks she's Britney, she thinks she's Dangerous Woman Ariana Grande, and she's nothing of the sort. Someone lied to this girl several times. Now, what could her and her team possibly be trying to hide within the algorithm, dear viewer who apparently has no idea what's happening despite the fact that you're clicking on this random video? Oh, you poor baby girl, you sweet angel. I'll tell you, yeah. Would you like that? You like it when I talk to you like this, baby girl? Now, I know many others have gone into more detail about JoJo's background, the ex-OMG Pop girl group that her and her mom tried to form and all of that, but I'll go into a little bit of detail here for those of you who may not be aware. So in 2021, JoJo Siwa and her mom, Jesselyn, were holding auditions for a girl group for an upcoming reality TV show competition, Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution, where the girls and their parents were enticed with the idea that they would be able to be a part of the next big girl group, and I can imagine as having JoJo Siwa as the host brought in a lot of people, and a lot of people who were, look up to her. Like, OMG, it's JoJo Siwa. I get to be taught under JoJo Siwa. What an amazing opportunity. And so for the slim minority of you that may not know who JoJo? And for the slim minority of people who may not be aware of who JoJo Siwa even is, considering the fact that she's been plastered all over social media these past few weeks, JoJo Siwa is a now 20-year-old, keep this in mind, who got her big start on Dance Moms, a reality show competition that premiered on July 13th, 2011 and ended on September 10th, 2019. The show featured a group of children as they rehearse, train, and perform for competitions against other groups hosted by Ms. Abby Lee Miller. Now, this show helped boost JoJo into super fame at the time, especially amongst the younger generations, Gen Alpha or whatever normal world they're using nowadays. Getting all types of deals with Nickelodeon, including being one of their main faces for a minute, especially in the late 2010s, selling billions in merchandise from her signature bows to makeup, shirts, dolls to book bags to JoJo Siwa ice cream. The meat of Dance Moms, so to speak, is the interaction between Crazy Abby and the crazy moms of the children. And as one would expect, this led to a lot of stressful situations for the children involved, all punctuated with Miss Absists screaming and berating the children on a regular basis for every single little possible thing that she can dig up. Now I want to bring this up because I want to talk about how JoJo was one of the main girls on the show being berated and attacked by Miss Abby and even some of the other moms, it seems like. It's so interesting how child stars like this can go in so many different directions. You have some that realize how stressful and how harmful the environment that they were forced to grow up in, and they don't want that for any other girl or any other person in the industry coming up, so they try their hardest to advocate for those people. And then you have some that, you know, may not want to associate with anyone or anything related to that show or whatever it is that they were a part of, which, you know, fair enough, that's valid. And then you have JoJo Siwa, who formed a girl group and a show where she fostered the exact same type of environment, except this time she gets to be the one that berates and attacks children. She said equality. None of you fuckers are safe. Now, the controversy with OMG Pop started a little bit after their rise to fame, starting after the America's Got Talent episode that they were featured in 2022. Leia Sanderson, along with many other girls and their parents, have come out and talked about the stressful environment and the harmful environment that this show fostered. Hey, just to let y'all know, what I'm talking about in this part of the video is alleged. We don't have any specifics, too much to name, but I wanted to come in here and say, allegedly. I'm not getting sued, okay? Leia and her mom went on live on February 20th and talked about how, as a disabled girl, she was seemingly not treated with respect or kindness and how awfully they were treated. They mentioned a specific incident where Leia was forced by Jesselyn to come in and perform or record a music video performance right after having spinal cord surgery. Mind you, this girl suffers from spina bifida, which essentially is a birth defect, which her spine essentially has not formed properly when in the womb, and instead of fostering a better environment in which she could be able to thrive while still taking the time that she needs, instead the Siwas pushed this girl so hard that she started bleeding through her belly button. And when Jesselyn came to look at what happened, she told her to put a pad on to prevent the blood spewing out of her belly button from ruining the costume. Along with talking about the grueling rehearsals and the little compensation that they received, the moms have come out and talked about the horrible environment and the situation when it comes to like the living arrangements and all that. Along with reports of the crew on the show, along with maybe the Siwas too, being told that it's not a good day on set unless one or more of the children cries. JoJo and her mom especially her mom, were very aware of how stressful and how awful the situation and environment on Dance Moms was, and instead of trying to protect other young girls in the industry, they decided to form a show so they can perpetuate those exact same environments on young girls that probably most likely looked up to her. Now, yes, we absolutely do need to have the conversation about how Jesselyn is so much responsible for what's happening here, and let's face it, how terrible of a parent that she was for JoJo, especially knowing the environment of Dance Moms and choosing to keep her in there anyways so she can get a few more coins in her bank account, along with how her name seems to come up specifically in some of these cases. But we can't take away JoJo's part from this, especially because as an adult and as someone who's trying to convince us so hard that she is an adult and can say cuss words now, I feel like we should be able to approach her as such. Now, JoJo was no stranger to a little bit of controversy. From cutting off people in traffic with her big ass, biblically accurate Mojo JoJo car, to having her makeup products, sold to children by the way, contain asbestos. Yeah, you know, the thing that can and will cause lung disease and permanent lung damage. To going out of her way to not only still be friends, but to actively defend certain terrible people despite the grooming, pedophilia, child predator, and racism allegations, a la James Charles, Shane Dawson, and Colleen Ballinger. I just really want to place emphasis on the fact that JoJo at this point in time is an adult, and I feel like we should hold her to that standard. Now, I'm 25. I know, real brave of me to admit, right? And now, despite my bad knees that sound like the 4th of July, and my dull, listless eyes that suggest the long fatigue of a weary life, I'm not that far in age from JoJo Siwa. And I don't get to just go and act however I want to without consequences. You want to be treated as an adult? We're gonna have to hold you to that standard. In all of these controversies, your treatment of children, your treatment of disabled children, defending predators and other terrible people, and this whole entire rebrand will not go down well. And I know it's not going down well now, but I also mean that in terms of her future and how people are going to be able to take her seriously after all of this. And I know more people have gone into depth about the whole OMG Pop situation and the allegations and the live and the whole thing going on, but I did really want to talk about how if she really does still continue on this path without growing or actually changing as an individual, then she is not going to have a popular career when it comes to being an adult singer. Now, JoJo has been releasing a little bit of music here and there, especially with her song Boomerang, but since she's trying to rebrand from this whole cutesy bow aesthetic, which is evident by the fact that Boomerang is no longer available on her YouTube channel from what I see. I know people have made this joke before, but she legit went from bright colors, bows, and glitter to dark makeup, boots, and glitter. Oh my god, it's almost like you're unrecognizable. There's a way to do camp. This isn't it. She said I'm looking camp right in the eye. Now, she's not doing anything too out there from what pop stars and girls, that came before her were able to accomplish and do, transitioning from their childhood image into a more grown and adult appearance and music. But this isn't the way to rebrand to an adult image, is it? You have the entire internet clowning you, from her claiming she invented gay pop, as if Donna Summers, Kim Petras, Lady Gaga, Sophie, hell, even Cupcake and so many other artists have had so much more of an impact on gay pop and songs for the gay community. She later came out to say that that's not what she said, even though it is. But she hasn't even popularized it for the younger generation, which younger generation is so crazy that me and JoJo Siwa are in the same. We're both Gen Z. Like she's literally like a little bit less than 5 years younger than me. That's crazy. The interview of her singing herself praises and daring to go where no other blonde-haired white girl has ever gone before. Oh my god, the secondhand embarrassment is palpable. She sat down with the president of Disney Channel and said, "We're gonna make history." And that's what this is. To shit no one even needed to know about, like JoJo Siwa again, talking about them fake ass temporary tattoos that she has, some of which include her children's names, Schmingle, Mingle, and Dingle, whatever the hell. Saying that she has a sperm donor lined up and she's ready to get basted like the Thanksgiving turkey. Ma'am, I don't need to be all up in your coochie like that. That's also my thing. You want to be taken seriously as an adult with a fake ass temporary tattoos. You can't even commit to your own bullshit. That's getting me. That's sending me. And I wanted to bring this back to JoJo's music because I kind of want to place a little bit more of the emphasis from this video onto her music and her career and what that's gonna look like going forward. JoJo for a while was teasing her new song, Karma, for quite a while, including this cringy ass dance movement that she's doing in a Halloween costume.
What was that?
Reeking of, don't do that little dance you be doing around the house. You know how parents like to parade around children as entertainment and tell them to entertain their room at dinner parties, because what else are children good for? Not only were people clowning it from day one based on how it sounded, but once the full song came out along with the video, everybody and their mama started clowning both of them, the song and the video, saying the whole video looks cheap. The atrocious dancing that's akin to how a bug moves without it's being sprayed with chemicals. The costuming and the dance moves that look like a 12-year-old choreographed this with her friends for their band that's totally gonna play at Camp Rock someday. The people saying that she can't sing and the song sounds childish, and how she wants to have her cake while saying Karma's a bitch but she can't say fuck. But some people were saying that the song wasn't too bad. And that's cute. Too bad not long after we learned that the entire song was taken from this artist named Britt Smith. Not only that, but she had worked on this song about 12 years ago. Now, it's not uncommon for the industry and for songs to either get passed around or, reused later, or, songwriters to write a song for someone that was, originally meant for someone, and then, someone else down the line gets that song. That's not uncommon in the industry. The thing about it is, though, is that this is supposed to be her big break into the music industry, but also the fact that she seems to seemingly take credit for writing or being the creative designer behind this song, or at the very least being heavily involved within the production process. Now, once the internet found Britt Smith's version of the song, not only did it surpass JoJo's version in terms of views and public opinion, and is close to being #1 on the pop charts, but also Britt's version is just a certified bob. I'm sorry, not only is it the fact that she can really sing this song and she actually sounds good on it, but also the production really suits that. And also when you think about it in the context this is supposed to be released around 2012, you really see how and so many people were coming out and being like, yo, if this came out in 2012, this would have absolutely been blasting in so many people's cars. And it's true, because the song is a vibe, the song is a bop. Britt Smith's version. But again, especially with the lyrics, especially with the teaser that came out a little bit before the before the song came out, seems to have been chosen as a response to the allegations. Befriending and defending child groomers, allegedly, and the ex-OMG Pop girl dance group, and that whole controversy coming out seemingly right around the same time as JoJo Siwa's rebrand. I was a bad girl, I did some bad things. Yeah, you did. It's not cute, it's not funny. JoJo, you're not a child anymore, this shit ain't cute. You trying to be like, I'm so cute, I'm so quirky, that don't work in the adult world. The adult market that you're trying to drop into, it don't work like that over here, baby girl. Imagine being one of the girls or the parents of these children who were in this situation, in that stressful, awful environment that was OMG Pop Dance Revolution, JoJo Siwa's ass glitter, I don't know what the fuck it's called, and hearing the closest thing that you're gonna get to a response, because she's not gonna respond to these allegations, she's gonna try and bury them as much as she possibly can, and seeing that basically her response to you is, well, I was a bad girl, I did some bad things, I'm sorry, bad choreography, a mediocre pop song, and dancing like Laughing Jack is not going to get you the audience that you're wanting. Now, at the end of the day, JoJo Siwa is a billion-dollar corporation, meaning that there are so many people and so many companies and so many people who have a vested interest in her success, a financial interest, so they're not going to let her go anytime soon. JoJo Siwa's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. However, if we're talking and considering the fact that she's trying to break into the market that is singing and the pop sphere, seemingly trying to create gay pop, if you're trying to develop a new market that is adults, you can't pull the same shit that you did whenever you were a child. Adult audiences are a lot harder to cater to than children, and this ain't how you do it. Like I said, I think just based off of how successful she already is and how many people are backing her at this current point in time, she's not gonna disappear anytime soon. I'm sure her first album will be successful enough to set her up for future endeavors. However, if she really wants to gain the trust and the care of an adult audience, she's gonna have to move a little bit differently. She's gonna have to address the allegations and not just ignore it. That before you I know she's already famous, but doing and having these types of controversies before you even really break into the adult audience that you're trying to go for, adults don't like people who do shit like that. Adults don't like the type of antics that you're trying to pull. We know it's you sat down on live and explained to everyone how everything that's happening right now with this rebrand, you sat down and walked us through the steps of how exactly this is a rebrand and how this is too businessy. We can feel the business side of this. We can feel it, JoJo. And you showed it to all of our faces, which deletes the magic of it. I don't know. I just really don't see her having a chance to have a successful, actually success. You're begging for engagement, JoJo. You're not building a fan base. You're farming for engagement, and that does not lead to a successful artist career. It just doesn't. Yeah, I just think that JoJo Siwa is going to have to pivot at some point, because what's happening right now is not building her fan base. It's not getting her anyone to love her or her music. It actually seems like she's getting a lot of people to dislike her, actually. And while hate watching and hate listening and hate engaging can bring a lot of revenue and finances and all that other type of bullshit, it's not going to accrue a long-term stable foundation for you to build an artist and singing career off of. Not to give this girl tips, because I really don't think she needs it. I mean, I genuinely don't care if JoJo Siwa is successful or not. I don't care. I'm not paying attention to her or her career like that. But I do want to talk about and address how this type of behavior is not congruent for an audience. It's just not. And unless she wants to continue having her fan base be children, which are going to outgrow her every few years, then she's going to need to do something quick. She's going to need to do something different, and she's going to need to do something different quickly. But yeah, that's pretty much the majority of my thoughts so far on this whole JoJo Siwa. And also with the whole thing about you, it's not taking, but like it kind of is at the same time. Like from Brit Smith and the state, and that being your breakout single, and you're already having this controversy, it's not looking good. I really believe that she's just delusional enough to run herself into the ground with this whole rebrand. I genuinely believe she's in her own head about it, so where she genuinely thinks that this is working on some type of level. It's gonna be so interesting to watch and see what happens next. And I got my thoughts out, but let me know how some of you guys feel. Do you think this rebrand will be successful? Do you think she'll still, have her successful art career later in the future? Do you think that this will impact that at all? Let me know how you guys feel down in the comment section down below. But yes, thank you so much for watching, if you indeed still are. I have more video ideas coming up. I still might do that Cowboy Carter not deep dive, but talking about that Act 1, which I have some thoughts on, but because Cowboy Carter is so expansive, it's just a lot. But that might be coming soon, along with other video ideas that I have coming up for you guys. But thank you so much for watching, if you indeed still are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.